Alright guys, today I'll be making a excavator and buildable treasure. As you guys know, I've made some gears and all that stuff. So this is what I'm gonna be starting with. As you can see, this works pretty good. Manual gearbox is here. So now I'll be connecting a shaft. So I think I'll just move this over here. Alright, now just clone this. Then I add in a rope over here. Of course, just turn off this collision off. Now I can scale the rope how long I want it to be. We're gonna add tracks here. So then, alright, type of track. I want to make like wheels in the front and then tracks at the back. I think that'll be easier to control. Alright, this is a very big gear that I have over here. This will work great for this because we need to transport a lot of power. Now actually I make this a bit shorter, so alright, so now the gear is here. So alright, I have the gear here. So now I just need to clone this gear to the other side over there. So I believe that will work. So now I'll just make a smaller version of this gear. So alright, I have the smaller version of this gear. So now I'll just clone it to the other side. So this will be the differential. I'll just rotate them by 15 so I have them straight. Now I'll just clone these and just flip them around. Let's also move them out by 5 like this. Then we can move these out by like 0.5. Alright, these gears are not working that great. I'm gonna just try to adjust the piston length a little bit. This works okay. So alright, I'm gonna have shaft on both sides. That's like this long. Then here I'll connect it to the rope. No, actually for it to be simpler, I'm gonna connect it with parts so I don't have to place another hinge there, and it'll be I'll just connect it with some parts over here. Let's make all of this collision off. Then let's clone this over here. So shaft for both of these gears. So now we have shaft for both of these gears. Now we're actually gonna work on the gear that drives the tracks. Alright, I'll scale this out by like, no, I think that's too much. Let's just scale it back by 5. Yeah, that's good. Now let's just make a circle. Alright, once we got the circle, let's just turn this into a gear to actually drive tracks. So we need to make like a triangle for this. Alright, we have the triangle shape for these. That looks great. That looks very great. So now we'll just clone it out like this. Let's just do the same for other side. So now we have the track things that will drive the track. Now we can begin working on the tracks. So now let's begin working on the suspension. Actually, I'm gonna move all of this like one bit. We are gonna be working on the suspension. So I'll just rotate this by 15 and scale this out. Then I'm gonna do the same for each and every single one of these. Alright, so this right here is the suspension. So yeah, guys, this is the suspension over here. So actually, I'm gonna make the stiffness to like 100,000. We need a system to push this thing forward. This wheel over here. So what I'll do, add a hinge over here, then a part over here, then another hinge over here, and then a part over. So now I'll add a piston over here that's connected to this wheel over here. Then let's just connect this. For now, I'll just make it to 5 because I want to accidentally glitch the tracks when we get that done. Now let's just scale out the part over here, then clone it, then place the spring, then move it. It really doesn't matter what stiffness it has. I'll set the max length to a max length it could possibly have. So now it's just the tracks left. The tracks is the only things left. So, alright, let's start by making a track link. This is probably a thickness I'm gonna have for my tracks. I must make some simple tracks because I want this to be too laggy. So I'm gonna scale these out, and here I'm gonna have the part where these things actually drive. So, alright, I'm gonna place, wait, what am I actually doing? So I'll be placing hinges over here. So now I'll place the part that will not make the tracks slip out. So, alright, I officially got the tracks. Now I think I just have to clone this one more time. like this. Now I can start cloning the track. Now I can start cloning the track. So alright, now I can start cloning the track. Alright guys, so this is what I've done so far. Alright, so guys, this is what the tracks look like. So let's just connect it to the body. So I'm gonna connect it up here, then down here. Place a hinge over here, and then place a spring like this. So I'm gonna make it completely straight. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna clone this. Now we can just place it here, then place a spring like this. These don't connect, so let's just make them. So this doesn't connect, just place a block there. So I need to make the springs have like a lot of stiffness. Then I need to make the target length like 14 or something. Now this should work. Now the tracks should hold up good. Yeah, that holds up good actually. I mean, that holds up good. So now I need to connect this to this. Later we'll connect this platform to this platform. Now we'll just say, alright, so now we're gonna mirror this. So I want it to be exact. I'll just scale this over here, then check what size it. Actually, I'll just remove this, and then I'll select all of this, making sure that everything is selected. I forgot one thing. I of course need to scale this like this. So now I'll just take all of this and mirror it. So now let's just save, and then check if this works. Wait, let's just reload because stuff glitched. Wow, that does not work at all. So we can at least try to drive this thing. That's glitching out like crazy, man. Let's just reload. We need like double the amount of pistons. No, like 4 times the amount of pistons. So alright, let's just add a bunch of pistons, I guess. Also this. Let's try first with the length of 10 on these. That track is just glitching out. I thought this wouldn't be laggy, but I had completely wrong. I was completely wrong, man. I think actually I'm gonna make this like 1.75 so it gets more reach. It's just glitching like crazy though. Like, what's happening, man? These parts are not connected to anything. That's probably why. Bro, they're floating. Alright, so that should fix the issue. Let's try again. Since the gear over here is too weak to drive this, I think I'm just gonna have this gear for show, and then add a rope over here. Alright, so now let's save and test this out. Oh bro, wait, you can't have ropes like that. I have to have a bar. Alright, so now let's test this out. But anyways, you can at least add a lot of pistons. Alright, so after some time of trying, I almost it's kinda working right now, but it's not working at its best potential. We can fix this, alright? So these are very glitchy and bad. I need to think of a better way. So what I think I'm gonna do is place a block and then just clone it like a lot, like move it so high up. Then I'll just fly up and then place a spring over here. Then just place it down here. Then unanchor all of this and set the stiffness to 0. Why is it not falling down? It's falling down very slowly. I can just add metal block. Then I'll just anchor this. I got myself a I got my super springs in place. Now let's just make all this collision off and let's save. Now let's test this out. Maybe I should retract like one of these pistons so the suspension can do its thing. So, alright, let's test this out. All of these gears like don't work. Like, it's only the gear with the most torque that works. So, alright, now we're gonna move forward. Yes, we're driving forwards. So alright, I think I'm gonna set the minimum length to 8. Yes, now we're talking. Like, the gears are not working properly here, man. What should we do to make them work properly? I know what we should do. Let's add a thruster. Boom, we added some thrusters. It can't even make this thing go forward. Come on, man, we have to try to go forwards. Alright, so let's try something else. The gearbox is trash. But we can make the teeth a little bit longer on this side right here. Now, let's turn this into a helical gear. No, wait. Alright, I upgraded the gears in the gearbox. But I should also upgrade this bevel gear over here. Or if I should even call it the bevel gear. Whoa, what happened? So guys, if you want to see me continue building on this build, subscribe and like. Video will take too long. Bye guys.